Pronounce it for me.
Okay, now my name is Shizuya Hayashi.
What do they call you for short?
Well, they used to nickname me Caesar because they get a hard time pronouncing my first name.
Would be all right if I called you Caesar?
Well, my friend all calls me that, so.
But I'm not a friend yet. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Caesar, tell me a little about your childhood, being brought up.
Well, our parents were working in a sugar plantation on Oahu, a place called Wailoa Sugar Plantation. And I was born and raised in the sugar plantation and went to all those grade school from there. And after graduating from high school, I went to work for the sugar plantation. And those days we had all those big Hawaiian and Portuguese, called them lunas, foremen, but we call them lunas. They're always with the whip. Till you come, you don't walk, you just run. That's how they were. But we somehow managed to survive those orders. And at that time, they were harvesting with all manpowers, You cut the cane, pile it up, and carry it up the step ladder to that, what they call cane cars, they call it. You fill it up, what you put in, they weigh it and pay you according to the weight. Then they started doing mechanical harvesting. So I had an opportunity to learn how to drive one of those cranes. I did pretty good, but they were pushing us, working 12 hours a shift, and the pay was small, and they promised us to raise our pay, but that didn't happen. So I think we had about 3 boys took off from the plantation. And those days they had that Pacific PNEP, I think they call it, defense job. So I applied it, got in, worked a little while. Then they shipped me to Ford Island. That's where the Arizona is sunk right now. And we used to catch ferry to go to that island. And before the war, I got drafted. So when I got drafted, it was about 1 year service supposed to be. When we're about near December, we were trying to get discharged, but that December 7th altered everything. And we were in that blizzard. That's how I was in the service at that time. Then they didn't want all the Oriental boys to be there holding a raffle. So they put us to mostly labor job, make peel boxes, put wire, bring wires all around the island. But afterward, the State Department wanted us to have our own unit. Then that's how 100 Infantry Battalion was formed. Then
Let's go back a second.
Huh?
How did you feel back in December 7th? being in the service?
Well, when I finished basic, we had about 20-something boys shipped to this regular army, called it 65th Engineer. They were nice to us. And there were no friction between the Caucasian and us. They accepted us as one of the boys. So we got along all right. I don't know about the other rest, but from my side, it was okay. We didn't have no friction.
Were you angry at all?
Well, I was mad because being my ancestors' side that came over there do the damage. But my feeling was I was born here, American, and I'm going to be American. So we were more on the American side at the time. Although my parents were from Japan, they planned to go back, but they didn't go back. We didn't have no friction at the time.
So tell me, so you were then, you were one of the original formed into the 100th Battalion?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, they all corral us to form that 150th Battalion, and we were with the 65th, the regular unit. So, well, the captain there didn't want us to leave them because we knew how to do all the defense job. He tried everything, but no, War Department wanted all us together. So they ship us out on the USS Maui. They call it, used to be a fertilizer ship. And that hole was smelly like fertilizer. You couldn't sleep underneath. So, but we landed in Oakland, you know, and they ship us across the United States with 3 different routes on a train. And they said not to open the windows. They shade all down all the way. So we didn't see much of the state until we reached Wisconsin. That's where we stayed for training. We had the basic and all the people was nice there, you know. Most of them some was French, had German. So the people took us in as friendly as they can. Well, we were treated nice.
How was the training?
Well, we didn't see snow for first time, so it was kind of hard for us, you know, to get that cold weather. But we eventually got kind of used to it. Although we had to do a lot of shoveling to keep that barrack warm with it cold. We didn't do those things back home, so yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Were the soldiers that were, you're going to have to go a little bit. You want to move the camera a little bit? Because I have to be close.
And we'll move the camera. Hold
Yeah, I
on.
think you should.
Okay.
The unit was made up of mostly Japanese.
All Japanese except officers we had.
How was the camaraderie? Did you all get along?
Oh yes, just like one of the families. That's why it was unique for be a battalion. We just get together, you know. Anyone get in trouble, we just jump in and help. That's how it was.
So you were very close to
Close,
everyone.
yes, very close.
Did you have any special friends?
Even we don't know that person next to us, but since we all from Hawaii, we just go in and help them. Any trouble they get. We used to get trouble with that. I think it was 92nd Division that came in there to Manavas. We used to get a lot of banging. Then our colonel called in one day and said, "You're only a battalion, there's a division here." So try to get out of trouble. But if they start, we'll be in there. That's how it was.
And so how was the officers were American, as I remember, as I recall?
We had also from Hawaii, most at the start. And we had the colonel, he's a Caucasian. And we had some Portuguese. And most of them was from Hawaii.
So then you went from the Midwest, then you were transferred overseas?
Yes.
How was that trip?
We were on that, I think it was 25 miles wide convoy. We were lucky I was in the middle. Yeah, the trip was nice going. Nobody got so sick. When you got to Oran, one of the boys asked the sailor, "How's Oran?" He said, "Oh, you stay out 1 mile, you can smell it." That was how dirty it was. Sure enough, after we went to our area, we went to the town. Boy, that one place, they had one bar, and the screen was all full of flies. I said, "Well, let's get out of here." Yeah, that's how bad it was.
And where was this?
Oran,
France?
Port of Oran,
Africa.
Africa.
Oh, Africa. So did the unit fight in Africa?
No, the War Department wanted the unit to guard the train, the supply train, because the Arab was stealing left and right all the material. But our colonel said, "No, we came here to fight." So 34th Division was minus 1 battalion. So they accepted us in the battalion. That's how we got into 34th Division. We stayed with them all the way till the end of the war.
What was your first witness combat?
First combat,
First combat?
we landed in Salerno, that's the landing. We landed after the major landing, so it was the first time we hear all this German artillery and gun going on. We were surprised because it is so fast. You could hear them go, also tat, 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 tat. Not a big difference. So we wondered what kind of gun they had. And they were shooting those delayed action artillery. We got caught in one, we didn't know. And one of our boys got hit. That's how we learned how to dodge those artillery. Those guns were so fast, you know. You don't hear them, but you hear when they reach you.
Can you were cited for the medal? Can you talk about that battle and what you did?
Well, I know we had to walk the whole day, almost the whole night, to get to the direct front. And when you see all the boys so tired, some of them were walking in sleep. You can stop and they bang you, you know, he was sleeping, asleep while walking. Then went to a bivouac area, and we were two company extras. So I was in a E company and an F company. The other company went to the front. That's how one of the boys got first one got killed. Taketa. Yeah. That's how the boys learn how to listen to the shell that come in and go in. You know which one gonna come near you. You get old pretty fast. And you learn pretty fast too, you know, if you want to survive. I know first time we crossed the Valentino River, we had to cross the Valentino River. After we crossed, we were so far inside. They had one messenger, the motorcycle messenger coming down. I think he didn't know we was that far in. The boys knocked the motorcycle down, captured him. Then the next day, went up on hill, and they told us to dig in. After I dig in my foxhole, I looked down the hill. I saw this dark helmet. First time we see a German that close. So I told the boys down, if you can throw the grenade down. Say he cannot because the trees are all in the way. So I figure, I can see them, but it's kind of far. So I said, I took a chance. I threw one hand grenade, and they were watching me. They shoot that automatic pistol, and they shoot two rifle grenades into my foxhole. Against the bank, not in the hole, but against the bank. And I knew he was targeting me. Then after that, they crossed through the valley, you know. They had to cross the valley. And the boys from on top, the machine gun crew, I think, got them. This is our first time we saw the enemy so close.
What did you do? You helped your fellow soldier. How did you do that?
Help.
Help the other members of the unit.
When anyone gets wounded, we take care of him first. But the German was smart. They rather wound one person than they need three person or 4 person take that wounded out. So you minus that much on your outfit. They were pretty clever, you know. They know how to lay all those mines. Every place we go is this mine. And those, they call that bouncing babies. There's a 3 prongs in the bush. You step that thing, bounce about 6 feet, and then it blows. That's what caught a lot of our boys. We had pretty good boys that can find those mines.
Did you, the actions that you did, do you remember fighting against the Germans personally?
The Germans were pretty good in finding you, and they were mostly in that standing foxhole. You know. You couldn't find them. I know one time we went attack one. We had to go through the valley and come up to the valley, and he was shooting at us. I know the first shot he shot me between my leg. Then the next one he caught my ammunition carrier on the ammo. The team just hold that bullet, you know, the bullet was all burning. I told him, I look back, oh, he's okay. I said, keep on running, no stop. When we went up the hill, I passed the German. He was in a standing Vexor. But he had his rifle against the hole, so he couldn't come out right away. So he threw a grenade. That's how we found he was in a hole. We shot him in a hole right there. Hard to find it. Those person that in a foxhole like that, they cover them with grass.
Did you, I think you went yourself and eliminated a machine gun bunker?
Oh yeah, that's in Kuli. They call it Kuli. I don't know why they get so much name for the small place here. We're going through that hill, and then the company commander was in the front. It was second platoon, so the first platoon was in the front. As we were going through the hill, the sniper shot at me. He shoot right behind my neck. And I could feel the heat of the bullets. Then they told us, second platoon, second squad, left flank. So we went down. It was all mine. The area was mine. You know. And when I went down, I saw these two wires had two blocks, just like concrete mine. I pulled the wire out. Then I went up. Some of the boys that was up there, some got wounded, was going, taking down the hill. When I went up, you couldn't find the German, but I came where the bullet coming from. You see, right by the hill, and then had a big mound. I just shoot right around that mound. I know there must be somewhere in there. They slowed down, they fired after that. So still I couldn't find them. So then the boy was on the prone position. I was standing all the time. Then I saw the bullet coming at him. I thought, what? Looked like old boy shooting us. So I looked behind. Oh, the whole bunch of German past us. They're trying to direct the artillery because he was pretty close to the man. And they didn't have those walkie-talkie like we have. They had telephone. They had to string the telephone wires to communicate to the artillery. So they were shooting the flare. That's when I shoot all of them down, then I concentrate on the front. When I concentrated, the person at that machine pistol started shooting. I shoot back, so he stopped too. So I walk up there, he had the machine gun up there, he had that bunch of boys huddling already. I was shooting all over the place, so they start to huddle. And he was a young boy holding that automatic pistol, and he was crying. I couldn't shoot him. So I told all them, up, because we didn't know how to tell it in German. They understood. They all came out. So I captured all those Germans, and some of them running up the hill, keep on shooting. And they was throwing everything at us at the time. When everything was finished, only 3 of us left. So I waited all night to see where our boys was. Nobody came for me and looked for us. So I sent the boys, 2 boys in a ravine. Tell them, stay underneath there, I stay on top. I waited all night. Then early in the morning, I hear somebody coming down the area our boys was. He was one German coming down, and all our boys had their half-pack behind, so he was looking at the half back. Then the two boys start talking. I tried to tell them to keep down, so I want to see how much German was between that first one. Oh, he looked down, he couldn't see them, but when he looked forward, he saw me right there. And he was about 10 feet away. He put his gun and fire, but he missed me. So I had no chance of shooting him down. Then one of the boys from back of the hill said, "Hey, we are in the back here." So I just walked up where the German came down and went back to the boys. So we joined him, but we were down to 0. Then that night, the following night, we had this troop from India relieve us. And it was getting snow, snow start falling, and rain. And here comes this, I don't know if he was an officer or what. He asked me where the enemy was. And they had the bolo knife with them. See? That's all they carried, the bolo knife. We learned later that each ear they cut, they get bonus. So they go at night. When I told him the Germans, they came back right over there. He went. First thing I hear, the automatic pistol going on. Came back. His hand all shut up. So after that, we couldn't do anything for him, but he went back to his outfit. He went down, recuperate.
Your unit fought through Italy and into Germany. How was that going from battle to battle?
See, they always up in the hill, looking down at us. If then we take the hill, the next hill is waiting for us. That's how it was. Italy is all hill, up and down, up and down. And Germany is always up in the hill. And, you know, a lot of the boys need water. They go down to the, Italians have the wells in the field. And they zero in over there too, you know. So sometimes the boys go and they get killed.
Oh, change tape. We're gonna change it.
Not to get your medal. How much did you kill so many Germans, or do you know?
Sicily all over there.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little more, if you can, of what you did in battle that helped you receive the medal? Frame change.
Well, when that thing was, that hill we took, most of the boys were wounded, and I could see where everybody was disappearing and only a few boys left. So I said, hell, they're gonna get me, I gotta do what I can do before they finish me. But they were just like any human, afraid of dying too, I guess. Went up to them, they give up. I thought they were better than us, but no. They were just human like anybody else, I guess. The one I kept that had one iron cross, he had wearing an iron cross. And it was staged in the back 1939, so he must be from the Battle of Belgium. But no name. But he was one of the timers, he gave up.
Okay, George, all right? I know.
Because I give you a citation. going over, so.
In your citation, there are many deeds that you did. Do you recall a few?
You're so busy, somebody else has to look what you did. I won't remember everything. I don't know how much I kill. I just keep on shooting. He asked me how much I kill. I don't know. I don't have time counting how much I kill.
But you did it.
You have to. The old boys that saw me doing told the others what I did. You don't have time counting how much you kill, what you just go. You're going through all this training of what to do. You do what you was doing.
Good. Where did the unit go after Italy?
With that,
After Italy, where did the unit go?
after Italy, I went to that NGO invasion, and that's where I found out I had Distinguished Service Cross. Until then, I didn't know. They called me in the headquarters, and the general was up there. I thought, what I did wrong? Called me headquarters. No, they said, they have a citation that Distinguished Service Cross. And just that next day was the push to NGO. And what I learned, the Navy want to do their barraging with the big guns, but they didn't like, I don't know why. I know all that, they had that lot of tank, but I see all the tank all shut up. It's not a good sight to see.
No. Where were you when the war ended?
I was in Denver hospital.
Oh, you were wounded in Europe?
I got bad foot, so I couldn't go.
When was this?
Huh?
When did they? The foot.
My last battle was Bruges in France. That's the last battle. Then I went, they took me to the hospital. From there, they shipped me back home.
Why? What happened to you?
The trench foot, they call it, frozen. Frozen foot. Trench, they call it trench foot. We call it, I don't know, they call it frostbite or whatever it is. It's the same thing. There's no cure, no medicine.
And you got that where?
Right through going to that.
Oh, you got it through Italy?
No, through all that winter months I've been there. You don't change clothes until you get relief. You get wet, you still in that wet position until you dry up by itself. So it's cold weather, hit your leg, bite, frostbite.
When did you, tell me about finding out about the medal. When did you find out that you were recipient?
You see, before the NGO invasion, they called me in the headquarters, and I thought, yeah, what I did wrong, so I can find out when I get there. And at night, so we had to go through all this harassing fire. The German was using harassing fire at night. When we were in the headquarters, the general was there. He called my name and said, the honor you for a citation. Medal, Distinguished Service Cross. That's how I found out. I didn't know the Lieutenant General come up that front. I was surprised.
How did it make you feel?
Well, we didn't know what medal was, what we didn't care about those things. Those days we never think about medals. We just went there to do our jobs. Nobody think about the medal.
When did you find out you were going to get the Congressional Medal?
Oh, the Secretary of the Army called one day and said, I know the senators were trying quite a long way back to upgrade us. So we didn't know it was going to go through that. But when the Secretary of the Army called, he said, they upgraded you to Medal of Honor. I couldn't believe at first. After all those years, we tried to forget about all this. Even the people I work with didn't know I was Distinguished Service Cross. They all never knew. So all boys never came back home. We didn't want to talk about it.
How was it like going to the White House?
Well, I had all my family go, so it was something once in a lifetime. No? Yeah, it was great. You see, my boy used to work, go to Pentagon to repair work. He's the computer engineer, so I asked him, when you go Pentagon, try get me off best. I like see what Pentagon look like. He said, oh, that place needs all upgrade. Everything need upgrade. So way back to that. He said, well, he knew what was wrong. But since they upgrade us, we've been there, see what it was like.
What president put it on you? And tell me what that was
President Clinton. Yeah. Well, at the time I was in a conference room, you know. He come around, shake us hand. Then we had to go across the field to where the ceremony is going to be. The first bus went, then I went in the second bus. Here comes Clayton, jump inside the bus with us. Where is security? I don't know. So, he said, oh, I like ride this bus too. So he rode with us. Yeah, real friendly, yeah.
How did it feel when he put it around your neck?
I think he had a hard job because he had to stand for all that boys, but he looked happy to present that medal to us, and I was happy to accept it.
What does that medal mean to you?
Well, something that I guess not everybody can get, so I gotta be very honored to have it there.
Okay. Okay.
Looking good, Danny. It's yours.
What do you think that medal means to the country
see, it's a question I think the hard time answer, but I'll try. It shows what the people better know, what others sacrificed to keep America free. That's how I guess it was issued for.
Is there a question I haven't asked that you would like to talk about?
What question?
Would you like to say something?
No. Well, only thing I'm glad I'm born in America and being an American citizen all this time. You cannot find in other country like America. We've been traveling all over, and the living and the freedom you get in America, you cannot beat.
Thank you. Do your insert.
Mhm.
And we're glad you're an American also, just so you'll know. All right, he's just photographing the medal now, and
Yeah.
this horrible event is over for you for today.
Yeah, you
Did
can't
it hurt?
you
Was it
can't-
okay?
You can't beat the freedom you have here.
No. You got it?
I got it. George, thank you.